Hi everyone, and welcome back for another episode to Gloster Canary Australia. Yes, this is episode 22, and on this episode we'll be having a talk about the Fife Canaries. So this episode is a special on fives. So for all you canary lovers that are into your Fife Canaries, I think this is the episode for you guys. Also, we have some big news for the Gloster Club of Victoria. We have a new president. So that will be revealed at the end of this episode. Also, Rod Knight will be doing the talk about the fives over in the Five Club. So the Melbourne and Regional Five Club. Rod will be doing the talk. So, okay, guys, so let's get started.
Decided to do it this month. I'm going to talk about the little fife. They're like a little bird, and I recommend for anyone starting out in canaries, this is the bird you should have. They're probably the easiest bird to breed. They have very little issues with them, and a lot of breeders have got other birds. They use them for feeders, so they're a great little bird. As you see, I've brought along quite a few different types of the fife, colours, feather type, there's yellows, there's buff, there's white, cinnamon, and I'll go through them later on. So, but anyway, what I've run off, everyone's got a flyer. This is actually out of an English book, this one, this book here, the information on where the Fife Canary originated. And later on you'll see that the standards are different, so I'll explain that later. But anyway, I'll read it out to you. A Fife Canary. Some enthusiasts have attempted to popularise miniaturised versions of certain standard breeds, with conspicuous lack of success except in the case of Fife Fancy. This is in fact a scaled-down version of the Border Fancy, which see, although not presenting quite the same contrast in size to the parent breed as Bantams, due to the standard fowl. The early enthusiasts of this delightful little canary founded their first specialist society in 1957 at CapCut in Fife, Scotland, from which circumstance the breed takes its name. At first, interest was largely local and progress relatively slow. More recently, the breed has been receiving the attention it deserves, and fifes are now to be found throughout the British Isles. They have also found their way onto the continent of Europe and other parts of the world. The Fife Fancy has descended directly from the border itself, with probably no other canary being used. The early type of border was very much smaller bird than it is today. As large and larger birds begin to find favour with fanciers. There were clearly some who were not at all immured with the trend and still continued to breed the smaller version. Eventually the gap between the two was simply great for the new breed to be distinct and recognisable. The fancy is now fortunate in having a real charming little canary. Since Fife is virtually a miniature version of the Border, much of what has been written about the breed is equally acceptable here. The sole exception is its size, which the Breeders' Society states should be not exceed 11 centimetres, which is 4.5 inches, in its tiny size, perky manner, and confining nature are all attributes which enhance its finely balanced proportions and superb feather quality. These, plus its fine free breathing properties, make it a breed above all others and is well suited to the needs of the beginner in canary culture. Fifes are now being exhibited in the original Dewa cage that was designed and still used for the border. So this is the Dewa cage. Although moves are felt to have a separate and distinctive cage that will be more in keeping with the bird's tiny size and accepted status as a new breed. So that's just a little rundown on the history of the Fife. As I said, this is an English book, and the standard is quite different to our standard in Australia. The points are completely different, especially the size. The size, our standard says out of 100, we've got 20 points, and they've got 25. So, but if you go through it, our standard, the head is round, neat looking. Eyes central to the roundness of the head, and beak fine. That's 15 points. The back, well filled and nicely rounded, with a gentle rise over the shoulders to the pointed tail. Chest also nicely rounded but not heavy, with a line gradually tapering to the vent. That's called the draw. They're worth 15 points. Wings, compact and carried close to the body, just meeting at the tips, just below the root of the tail at 5 points. Tail closely packed, narrow and nicely filled in at the root, 5 points. Legs of medium length, showing a little thigh with feet proportionate, 5 points. Colour rich, soft and pure, as level in tint as possible throughout. Colour feeding is debarred. That's 10 points. Plumage, close, firm and fine in quality, presenting a smooth and silken glossy appearance, free from brownness, frill or roughness. That's 10 points. Position, semi-erect, standing at an angle of 60 degrees, with carriage, gay and jointed, with full poise of the head. 10 points. Condition to be clean and good health, 5 points. And size, ideal length to be 114 millimetres, 4.5 inches, longer than the English version, or less with a tendency to be diminutive. All points being equal, preference to be given to the shortest bird. So that's the rundown of the point system. I'll bring some birds over. I've actually brought along all the different feather types and their colours. We'll start off with the clear bird. That's a hen. I think the hen, these are very hard to sex. And that's definitely a cotton colour. As you can see, you can probably see the colour's just slightly off. The hen. It's got richer. It's more of a duller colour, yellow. And generally the hen, the copper is generally slightly bigger. So that's the difference in that. They're the hard feather clear yellow. When I say clear, they shouldn't have a mark bigger than the 5-10 pence or 2 smaller marks. Once they get to that stage, they become quite variegated. So that's them there. And if I was judging, this bird would be hands down because he's got more back. He's a better shaped bird, the top bird. He seems to be a bit more flat on the back. You've got to have that rise over the back. They should be like brown onions. They should be round everywhere. So if you're looking down the top of them, they should be like little balls. Round there, nice shoulder, round shoulder. And short little tail. Some of these will probably get a little bit long, but they should have a short tail on. And a good draw, which I spoke about before. Around about and heading back to the tail. So. And the feather core is most important too. These actually have a bath every Thursday. I've got a bath in Germany a couple of days for a show. So never bath your birds the day before a show because they need at least a couple of days to get right in there. So that's the clear yellow. Now as we go up to the heavy variegated section, they can be hard to distinguish cock and hen too, their colours, but as you can see, these are quite easy. This guy here, he's got a vivid colour, and she's actually got a bit of frosting on her back through the back, which means that straight away she's a hen. You've got a little bit of frosting through the feathering back on the wings, you can tell that's a hen. So, and she's got a shorter bird as well, as Jen. The cockbreed is tending to be a bit bigger. And they're different to the Glosters. With our heavy variegated, light variegated, the Gloster can have up to 75% dark feather and can still be a light variegated bird, whereas the Fife and most other birds are 50-50. So in this case, he's probably about 70-30, I'd say. And she's got a white tail feather, so she's not a self-bird. If a bird has got no white feather on it all on its body, it's called a self-bird, but she'd be a heavy variegated. They're both variegated, but they're both greens, short feather. And that's the heavy variegated on the yellows. These tend to be a lot bigger birds because they've got a buff feather, which is generally gives you more shape, and they hide a lot of faults. Buff because they're more. They're bulkier feather. So he's a cockbreed. As you can see, the difference in colour. The hens are wishy-washy, and cock's got the colour all through the head, around the chest. That lovely little bird. As again, they've got to have good shape. They've got to be nice and round, nice round head, a good tuck back, around the neck, and then back over. They've got to have good over the back, good shoulder. So short little tail. She's got a lovely little tail. This one. Nice little bird. Now we'll move on to the heavy variegated buff. But they've done very well for me this year. So they're not perfect, but they're close to a lovely Fife. As you can see, the cock in the hand. The cock's got the. Can you pick that a bit? This bird. It's got the little vivid green on its chest and the head, and it's a bigger bird. And the little hand, she's more dainty. And she's generally got a bit more penciling on her around her chest and that, whereas the cock's got more colour. Nice little bird. They're both lovely birds. It's a heavy variegated buff. Now we move on to this. So that's a yellow cinnamon. So it's a hard feather cinnamon bird. Tight feather. She's actually bred. She's an older bird. She's last year's bred. She's bred a few of my birds here. Nice little hen. And then you've got the buff side of things, which I've got one of these. You can get light variegated cinnamon as well. You might have a wing feather or on the top of the head or something that's got a bit of a cinnamon colour in it too. So you can get light variegated as well. Again, there's the cock and the hen. As you can see, the cock's a little bigger. The colour's vivid. It's got beautiful colour, cinnamon, and the hen slightly smaller again, and she's got more wishy-washy to it. So you can see the contrast in that soft feather and the hard feather. That's your cinnamon. I wish I had a cockbird I could be showing you both, but I've only got 10 of those, so they're hard to get the cinnamon. About to show the blues. And while I'm here, I might just bring up the white and also these are both hens. These are blues. Now, as you can see, the cock is the colour of that cock compared to the hen. And see the pencilings. See the cock's very plain on the chest, and she's got penciling, and the colour is not as good as the cockbird. So that's how you distinguish the blues. But these probably two of my best birds I've got, actually. They've done really well for this year. The blues. They're nice and round. See, they're probably, of all the birds I've brought up, they're the round something. That's what they're aiming for. They've got to be round, like brown onions. So. And then you've got the fawns. You've got a clear bird, which is a clear white. So these all come under the white round, okay? So you can have 3 different colours on the white round. You've got a fawn, they're hard to get. It's falling head. You've got your clear, and then you've got your heavy variegated blue. So, and you can have you can have a bit between, so you can have a clear and thick, or you can have light variegated in the blue and the white as well. So, and same with form, they can come in. But that's it.
Okay, that's all we have time for today. Now, I'd like to thank Rod Knight for doing the talk on the fives for the club and also for the channel. Now, to the Gloster news. So, the Gloster Club of Victoria has a new president, and the new president is myself. So, I have stepped up and I've taken on the role. I was nominated by the members, and I'll give it a crack and I'll do my best. And yeah, so my aim is that being president of the Gloster Club of Victoria is not only just to try and grow the club, I want to grow the hobby. So all across Australia, the world, whatever, like I do believe that as breeders and as people that have the same passion into canaries, we should all work together in some way. We should all be helping out all the new beginners, like all the novice people that are just getting started. You know, help them out with a bird or two. That will be great. Canary channels should get together and work together. And you know what? If one of you guys or whoever wants to do a canary channel and you need a little bit of guidance or a bit of support, reach out and I'll see what I can do. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the show and thanks for watching. Till next time, have a good one.